Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've seen you all, and I'm super excited to get back to YouTube. Today I've got a very simple video for us. I'm going to show you how to create variable linear gradients in Figma. We're going to try to keep this video a little bit shorter today, so we're not really going to be digging into what variables are or how to create them in Figma. So if you don't know what they are, I recommend checking out some other YouTube videos on what variables are and how to use them and how to create them. And even if you don't, I think you'll still gain something from this video regardless. For those of you who have worked with variables before, you're probably familiar that you can't use Figma variables out of the box to create gradients. Essentially what this means is if you need gradients in your designs and you want those to be linked to either primitive colors or contextual colors as part of your design system, then you're not going to be able to achieve that out of the box. So that's where this technique comes in. It took a lot of trial and error to get this technique refined to where it is today, but I'm super excited to share it with you all, and I hope that you find it helpful. With this technique, you'll be able to create variable-based linear gradients in Figma that are reusable, scalable, composable, customizable, all of the awesome buzzwords that you could ever imagine. This component has it all. All right, so without further ado, let's dig in. Okay, we're going to start by creating a simple rectangle. And as I mentioned, this technique really is quite simple if you're just kind of like watching the video and, making it for the first time together with me. But I do want to stress it did take me quite a lot of trial and error, maybe a little embarrassed about it, but also I loved the journey in getting there. So we're going to start just by creating a color here. And actually, let's just create the gradient that we're going to create today. So this gradient, I'm going to go ahead and go to fill here and click this and switch it over to the gradient option here. And what we're actually going to do is try to sample some colors from our design system here. And the colors that we're going to choose are this blue one here and this this blue one here, and then swap over here and then sample this other blue color. So these are colors from my own design system. Choose any colors that you like. And this is going to be kind of like our reference point. So we've got a medium blue to sort of like a light sky blue here. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that and just sort of duplicate that over. And I also want to assign the color variables from the library directly to here. So you'll see I've got blue coconut 60 here. That's this top color. I'm just going to kind of put that there for reference. And then I'm going to do blue coconut 10. And if you're not familiar with my design system, it's based on snow cone flavors, blue coconut being my favorite snow cone flavor. So that's why you'll see colors in here like blue coconut and grape and lime and all that good stuff. Anyway, we have those colors there. I'm going to kind of just move those apart a little bit here. Perfect. And I'm really just placing these here so that I can sample those in a future step, and also just so we can verify, those are in fact the colors used in the gradient here. Okay, so I have my true gradient, my linear gradient in Figma here. You'll notice again, if I open this up, there's no way to use color styles or color variables anywhere within this option. The only thing that I have is the ability to do document colors, and I cannot, the only thing really I can do is just sample a hex code. So that's really no good if I'm trying to create a gradient that, maybe adjusts a little bit per theme, or I want to be fully customizable per context, etc. So what we're going to do to actually offset this is, conveniently, I actually have my first color here that I need, and I'm going to call this gradient stop 1. And then I'm going to take this other color and I'm going to duplicate it over here. This can be called gradient stop 2. Cool. All right. And so what I really want to do is to be able to blend these together. And I've tried a lot of different tips and tricks of how to do this. Techniques of how to do this. And I finally arrived at what I think is the ultimate solution. So what we're going to do is draw another square here. And this time I'm going to go to this option the linear gradient once again, but rather than use any color from the library, I really just want to choose black, and I'm going to do black again here. And what's key is that I go from fully opaque black to fully transparent black here. And now the next step that I'm going to do is I actually am going to overlay these and mask them. So if you've never used linear gradients for masking and you're sort of new to this, it's a really cool technique in Figma that is very helpful. Essentially, you just duplicate this over here, and we're going to move it to the back. And this allows me to now mask this gradient stop 1 with this black linear gradient here. So I'm going to press Command Control M on my keyboard, and this I will rename gradient mask, and I'm going to call this gradient stop 1. Okay, once I have that, then I actually am almost there. So what I'm going to do here is overlay them, and I'll move this over to the front, and that's it. We're done. We're done. You don't believe me? Okay, I'll just drag over that reference point, and we'll see we get a smooth gradient from top to bottom. I'm going to zoom in here, and you'll see that there's no distinguishable difference here. I'm even going to just kind of like drag it over a little bit more here. There we go. And you'll see they're now even overlaying each other. And if I really zoom in here, you can't see any difference between those two gradients there. The faux gradient and the real gradient there. Okay, now, how do I know that this works with other colors? Well, let's try it. We're going to duplicate these down, and we're just going to start changing this according to other colors here. So I'm going to bring down these color swatches here just so I can quickly sort of sample them as I switch between colors. So let's try maybe like grape 60, and we'll actually do maybe a different flavor here. So let's do raspberry 40 maybe. Okay, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to sample colors from here. There we go. And sample this color. Now we've got that gradient there. And now because this component or this technique or utility is variable based, I can actually select that entire thing, use my selection colors, and now change this to, what was it, grape 60 maybe? And was it raspberry 40? There we go. So I've now successfully changed the gradient of this, and you'll see that with this technique, I was able to do that with my variable colors intact, right? So that's really key to this whole technique and its success. And this is really great. You know, I think for me, this has been awesome because I deal with gradients a lot at work, whether it's for sort of like creating a little sort of a gradient feathering effect for content scrolling under, say, in a modal or a navigation or some sort of panel, right? Or whether it be for logos or app icons or anything like that, backgrounds, gradient effects for charts, for example. So this technique for me has been really revolutionary because now I can also customize this per theme. So the next step that we can do to this to really like take it to the next level is componentize this so that we don't have to recreate this every single time. So we might just actually cut this video here and create a follow-up video to address componentizing it and then taking this further. There's really a lot that we can do with this, and it gets a little bit complicated, but we'll dig into that in the future. I just want to make this quick video and let everybody know that now we can create color gradients with variables in Figma. I hope again that you found this video helpful, and leave any comments or questions in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.